So guys, we are finally in the transfer window. It's taken quite a while to get here, but we are here now. And today, hopefully, I'm going to make a couple of changes to this squad. Although, I'm still not actually 100% sure on which players I want to move on and which players I want to bring in. I did mention before in the last episode that maybe Ibora is someone that I want to move on. Potentially some other players like Vitolo. I've got him on the bench. I don't know. What we're going to have to do is look at the shortlist and kind of prioritise it. Here is my transfer budget, guys. It's not massive, but if I combine this £11 million I've got and include that in maybe player plus cash deals, that might make it last a bit more. I might be able to do 2 deals where I can include a player plus a few million and another one where a player plus a few million is the offer. So it should be okay. I think we can do something with this. And that 11 million, I think I got 9 million for progressing in the Champions League because I only had 2 million after the first window. So that was handy going through the group stages because it gave me a bit more money. But now if I go ahead and show you my shortlist, it hasn't changed since I showed you last time. We've got Manolas, we've got Umtiti, we've got Gais, Wilshere and Guardado. Obviously Wilshere has gone to Bournemouth. At the time, we weren't sure if he was actually going to go out to Roma, for example, AC Milan. And then we've got 3 strikers, but I'm not so sure about them anymore. We've got Sanabria, who for me, although he's a great player, it takes him, a season or 2 to become really, really good. And we technically don't have that kind of time. And also, he's only 5'11". I mean, Ben Yedder's short, Vieto's quite short. I don't think he's quite right. We've got Daniel Sturridge, who would be actually a very good signing, I think. He's got the height that I'm looking for. Him and Ben Yedder up front, that would be pretty amazing, but he would be very, very expensive. His value is 20.5 million. We've then got Kevin Volland as well. So the players with a question mark are still being scouted. Umtiti's at Barcelona, because obviously I did do a couple of the transfers beginning of this series. I don't know if I'd be able to get him, but it would be probably a good signing that. Umtiti's a good left-sided player, and that's what I'm looking for. And before our next game, guys, here is the league table. Real Madrid comfortably winning it at the moment, although Atletico Madrid do have a game in hand, and that will close the gap to 2 points. We're just behind them in 3rd place, but we are above Villarreal by 2 points, and we can extend that to 5 if we get our win in our game in hand. And actually, our next game is Granada. They're bottom of the league. We're definitely going to go ahead and simulate the game, and then we can get into the transfer window properly and make some deals happen. They've lost their last 3 games. Surely we can pick up a win here. There you go. We get a 2-1 win. Although Nzonzi did pick up a red card with 30 minutes to go, we held on. Ben Yedder got us the win in the 69th minute. So there you go. There's the 3 points we needed. So I think the first thing I'm going to do, guys, is try something I've never tried before. And I'm going to try and loan a top quality player. I mean, Jack Wilshere, 81 rated, but not really in that first team. Especially not in real life, of course. He's actually been loaned out to Bournemouth, like I mentioned. But in-game, you never know. Arsenal might be using him in their first team. So we're going to go ahead and try a 2-year loan. It will save us some money. Let's see if it goes through. If it doesn't, then maybe we'll try and sign him. But I am thinking, if not, I'll go for Gais. Gais is incredible in this game, so I wouldn't mind trying to get him. However, I do think out of all of the positions, a striker and centre-back is more important. Our midfield is actually pretty good. So I'm thinking maybe Manolas might be a bit too much. Umtiti might be a bit cheaper. I'm actually going to inquire. I don't normally inquire, but because I really want to get signings done before these, all these crazy amount of games come, I want to get it done before the scout report comes back. So we're going to inquire just to see how much money they'd be looking for. And I think I'm going to look elsewhere at strikers. I'm not so sure these guys are what I'm looking for now. So as expected, Roma want quite a lot of money for Manolas. I don't have enough money for him. It's as simple as that, unless maybe one of my players is worth around that 20 mark and then I can offer 5-6 million. I don't think that's possible. Umtiti, they've said that they've recently signed him, but that's bollocks. I actually put him into the squad, so technically we can still sign him, I'm pretty sure. I'm just going to go ahead and make an offer right now, and I think it's going to have to be... Oh, I don't really want to let him go because he's decent, but where is he? He's worth 8.5 million, Caricho there. I'm going to try it because I could live without him. I prefer Kolodziejczak anyway, so we'll go ahead and include him in this deal, and I'm going to throw in 5 million and just see what they say. They'll probably say no. Is this for real? Once again, another striker is out for 3 months. Vieto, this time, out for 3 months. So we lost Vasquez for 3 months, and now we've lost Vieto. What is that? My luck is awful sometimes. With Vieto out, that leaves us with, well, 2 actual strikers and technically Berardi, because he's actually very good up front, but that leaves us very light at the top, so maybe I shouldn't be going for a defender and I should be going for a striker instead. And there we go. I kind of expected this. Arsenal have rejected the loan offer. They don't want to let Wilshere go at the moment, so that deal's not going to happen, and he would cost us, I'm guessing, around that 20 to 25 million mark, so I don't think that's going to happen either. So I've gone through pretty much every single league in the game. It's taken me like 20 to 30 minutes just to go through all of the clubs and all of their strikers, and I've come up with a new list. Some of these choices, probably not very good ones, but I'm going to go through them anyway. So we've got Giroud, we've got Carroll, Boney, we've got Adariz, who's 34 years old, would be quite cheap, and actually I bet you would bag me a lot of goals. We've got Isaac Success, he would bring success to the club hopefully. Bakambu, Volland and Sanabria. So those are the strikers. I've still got the other players there as well, but I think it's pretty clear, especially with the injury to Vieto, that is a sign we do need to bring in another striker. So Sanabria we could actually afford. He's an exciting prospect, but I don't have time to get him to the mid 80s or so, when that's when he's very, very good. Volland will probably be too expensive. Bakambu as well, but man, I would love to get Bakambu. What a player he is. I need to really think about this. I've just realised Vitolo's worth 14 million. That's quite a lot. So I'm thinking I might actually include him in a deal for a striker. The first one is going to be Bakambu. I'm going to include 2 million as well, just to sweeten that deal. Maybe let's try this again. I'm actually going to try it with Arsenal as well. I'm going to try and get Giroud, just because I actually think he would do really well with a partner up front with him, another striker. So Ben Yedder, whoever it may be. He's worth 16 to 19 million. I just look at that and laugh. There's just no way. But again, I'm going to include the 2 million. It just sweetens that deal a little bit, and maybe they'll accept it. And you know what? If all else fails, we've got Adariz. I actually really like this guy. It's a shame he is 34 years old. He really peaked towards the end of his career here, but he's a good striker and he would get me goals. I'm going to offer a pretty cheap deal. I'm not going to include a player. £5 million for a 34-year-old. You never know. Anyway, finally Barcelona have got back to me and they've said they're not going to be letting Umtiti go because he's recently moved. I don't know if that's actually fair enough, because I manually moved him, his contract, and it's a little bit weird that, but Umtiti's not going to be a player we can get. And the other 3 transfers we offered for strikers have all been rejected. So Villarreal are happy with the player but want 18.5. 18.5? Are they on some sort of drugs? I don't get that at all. Olivier Giroud, they don't want to sell him, especially because they're not interested in that player. And Bilbao want 10.5 million for Adariz. So I think actually we're just going to have to go in here with a bit more money. I'll try 7.5. We can afford it just about, and I'll adjust the wages. But that is kind of, meet me halfway kind of thing. With Arsenal, I guess we could try Carricho instead. Maybe they would want a centre-back. But if I get rid of Carricho, we probably need another centre-back coming in, and I don't have one coming in. So do I want to do that? Do I actually want to do this? No, I don't. We'll go for Adariz. I actually think he'll do okay for us. Oh, come on. He's 34 years old. Why are you rejecting it? They really want that 10.5 million. Okay, I'm going to have to adjust the budget and just hope that we can do it. Pretty much, guys, I can go to about 9 million. Otherwise, it's just going to be too expensive. Although, the scout report has come back and I'm a little bit more happy now because I can see he's 82 rated. Although he will drop down pretty quickly. I think for now, with all the injuries, it's going to be worthwhile, because if we do go into a Season 2, which is looking likely, we're going to be using the takeover again, aren't we? So I'm going to go ahead and do this. 9 million. Surely they're going to accept that. But just in case they decline it again and I need to make another offer, I'm going to ask for 5 million from the board, and those are absolutely fine in terms of objectives, so let's go ahead and ask for it. Now, quickly before the next game, we had 2 cup games during those transfers going on, but I didn't want to break the flow, so we actually got a 3-1 win against Celta Vigo and then a 2-1 loss. So we have gone through in the Spanish Cup. Those were both simulated games, of course, but now we've got Malaga at home. We really should be picking up a win, especially at home. Come on. Yes, there you go. A 2-0 win. Ben Yedder again, and Caceres. I'm probably saying his name wrong as well. But there you go. 2-0, 3 points. And we can focus on transfers again. And it's good news from the board. They have accepted the offer. So £5 million straight into the transfer budget. And that will help out massively. And now more good news. Atletico Bilbao have finally accepted the offer. So Luckily, we did get that extra money because it's tight. We've got £231 left after this. So we're going to go ahead and get him on 2 years, and he's going to be a crucial first team player. So he's actually getting a better contract, and he's moving to, I don't want to say a better team, but in the league right now, a better team. So there you go. Time to make another offer now, and I've decided that it's probably time for Iborra to go. I'm going to try and let him go to Schalke, who, by the way, have signed quite a few players from Sevilla in real life. Konoplyanka's gone there, Koke's gone there, so he will join his ex-teammates at his new club if we can make this deal happen. So Iborra for Geis. Is that a fair deal? Iborra's worth 9.5. We're looking at 10 to 12 million. I think maybe a straight swap is a little bit too low, so it might be worth, again, just throwing in like 1.5 million, and we'll bring in Geis instead. He will partner up with Nzonzi really well. And there we have it, guys. We've got our striker. I am a little bit uneasy about this because he is 34. This is not a signing I typically make, but it's a panic signing because of injuries. He will come straight into the squad, and hopefully we'll get Geis as well. Well, good news, they've accepted the offer. It's just whether or not I can afford his contract. Yes, I can. And whether he'll sign it. 4 years, he will go on important first team player. Do you know what? Just to make sure we get this through, 10% bonus per goal. Not that he's going to score many goals, although he's a very good free kick taker and we actually need one. So we'll submit the offer, and you will find out in the next episode if we get the deal going. I know there hasn't been any gameplay in this episode. I do apologise. There wasn't any big games. But in the next episode, we'll be kicking off with one, and that is Atletico Madrid away from home. And Aduriz is going to make his debut. I'm really excited to see how he plays. I've just seen Ronaldo's top scorer. He's just popped out of nowhere. But just before we end, guys, I wanted to show you something that I think is absolutely incredible. A bunch of YouTubers, including all of the Sidemen, are promoting this incredible video, and it's basically a first-person view of someone running through a zombie apocalypse. It's absolutely incredible. So you can see it on screen right now. The link will be below. If you want to go ahead and check it out, say MGH sent you. I'd really appreciate it. The guys behind it are really cool people, and I think it's actually one of the best videos I've ever seen on YouTube. It is absolutely mind-blowing, and you can probably tell on screen that you might want to watch some more. So the link is below, guys. Make sure you click it, and I will see you in the next video.